how can I review Lion King and just not wear a Lion King shirt? I mean, come on, you have to.
You must take your place in the circle of life.
So Lion King is a CGI remake of the 1994 animation masterpiece. Now, if you guys have not seen the original 1994 Lion King, dude, really? But if you guys have not seen the original film, what Lion King is that it follows a family, and after a terrible tragedy, Simba, who is voiced by Donald Glover in this film, runs away until one day when his best friend from childhood, Nala, tells Simba, hey dude, you gotta step up, you have to take the throne from your evil uncle Scar. The throne is rightfully yours. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Lion King. Now, when it comes to what Disney has done with their live-action remakes, for the most part, I have really liked what they have done. I absolutely love The Jungle Book. That is still by far my favorite one. Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, those are the ones that I love the most. And I actually really dug a lot, and it was a very solid film. And another one that I find really underrated is actually Alice in Wonderland. As for the ones I haven't liked, the only ones I can think of are Alice to the Looking Glass and Maleficent. Otherwise, I feel like that Disney is on a pretty solid track when it comes to their live-action remakes, and like I mentioned before, I love The Jungle Book, and that was directed by Jon Favreau, who directed Lion King, and Jon Favreau was the main reason why I was looking forward to this movie so much. I mean, if it was any other director out there making Lion King, I would have said, wait, why are they doing this? But due to Jon Favreau's work on Jungle Book, that was the main reason why I was looking forward to this film. But now we get on to Lion King, and not only was this movie one of my most anticipated movies of the summer, this was one of my most anticipated movies of the entire year. And now that I've seen it, what I think? I really like this movie. In fact, I had a great time with it. Getting right into it, and I'm going to pretty much echo what every other reviewer has been saying, but I agree with them when it comes to this. The effects, the visual effects, the CGI of Lion King, this movie looks absolutely outstanding. As on a whole nother level, this movie is a work of art when it comes to its visual effects. There is no denying. The level of detail that the artists have put into this movie is something to behold. Whether you're looking at just the furs of the animals, the weather effects, when you see the environment, how water reacts. There is a lightning strike near the end of this movie I thought looked real. I thought it was a legit lightning strike. It is amazing how far CGI has come, and Lion King has set the bar for CGI so high that it is going to be really hard for years to come to essentially top what Lion King has done for CGI. And if you can see this movie in IMAX, I saw this movie on the biggest IMAX screen in South Florida, and holy crap, this movie looked freaking... I can't really put into words of how great this movie looks. You just have to see it for yourself. Going to the voice cast, everyone for the most part is very good, from Donald Glover to John Oliver, Keegan-Michael Key, Eric Andre. But my standouts to this movie are easily Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Now, before I go on to Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner, I want to talk about Chiwetel Ejiofor because, seriously, the moment that he was announced to be playing as Scar, everyone was in this huge uproar saying his voice isn't deep enough like Jeremy Irons. He is not going to be Jeremy Irons. So all I'm going to say is this. When it comes to Scar, you are never going to top what Jeremy Irons did as Scar. I mean, Jeremy Irons was perfect as Scar. There was no denying that. However, if you're going to bring someone into that role, just make sure that that guy brings his own thing to the role of Scar, and I thought that Chiwetel Ejiofor did a phenomenal job as Scar. Now, yes, I am going to repeat myself. Does Chiwetel Ejiofor has the deep voice that Jeremy Irons brought as Scar? No, but Chiwetel Ejiofor brings his own sense of menace and his own sense of intimidation to Scar. When he sings Be Prepared, to which, yes, that song is in the movie, but it's reduced. When he sings Be Prepared, I was genuinely intimidated by him. I'm not joking. I legitimately thought that what Chiwetel Ejiofor brought as Scar was great. I thought he was a menace. I thought that Chiwetel Ejiofor's Scar was a very different Scar, and I loved what he brought to Scar. Now, that being said about Chiwetel Ejiofor, oh my word, Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner couldn't have been more perfect for Timon and Pumbaa. I mean, oh my god, these two. The moment that Timon and Pumbaa came on screen, when I heard their voices coming out of those animals' mouths, I had the biggest smile on my face. I loved their back and forth bantering. Their comedic timing was amazing. Billy Eichner especially had me cracking up so much as Timon, and there was a specific point in which Donald Glover, when he comes in for the first time and he's seeing Hakuna Matata, there was a joke that Billy Eichner said. I couldn't stop laughing. I loved Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner so much as Pumbaa and Timon that if Disney did do a spin-off film or even a web streaming series focusing solely on Timon and Pumbaa with those two reprising the roles, I would be happily enough to spend my money on that series or on a separate film with those two reprising their roles. I am not kidding. Now everyone's gonna ask me this. How was the movie story? Here's the thing. If you've seen the original 1994 animation, this new 2019 version tells pretty much the exact same story. Other than a few small changes, the 2019 Lion King is pretty much the same movie as the 1994 version. Now, with that being said, since that this movie is essentially the same movie as the 1994 version, I definitely feel like the enjoyment a lot of people is going to vary depending if you want to watch the same movie with just upgraded visuals. For me personally, I didn't mind this because I had a great time with this movie. I still had the emotion, I was smiling, I was laughing, and I just had an overall a very good time. But for some people, if you don't want to watch the same movie but with upgraded visuals, don't watch it. Simple as that. Jon Favreau, essentially with the 2019 Lion King, is that he takes the if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach, because if you're approaching something as beloved as the 1994 Lion King, and if you're trying to improve it, why improve it? Why re-release it? Well, to give it a great paint job, of course. If you try and change too much or just anything from the original Lion King, yeah, there's gonna be a huge uproar. But if you stick too similar to the original Lion King, people are gonna say, like they've always been saying, why is there a need for a remake whatsoever? But for me personally, it was a thing that I didn't mind whatsoever because I personally like that Jon Favreau didn't change too much. Did I have a great time with this new Lion King? Absolutely yes I did. Do I have problems with this movie? Absolutely yes I do. Almost everyone does a very good job minus one person, and the weakest thing in the voice cast without a doubt was Beyonce. Now, Beyonce, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Beyonce. She is a very talented artist. She can sing for certain, but when it comes to her acting, I wouldn't say that she's terrible per se. She's just fine. She's not great, she's not bad, but if I were to choose the weakest link and the one that was staying out like a sore thumb, it was Beyonce. Now, even though I have praised the CG visual effects and animation, I mean, I love how this movie looks, but even I cannot deny that when it comes to the animals emoting, let's just face it, lions can't really emote. So I feel like that when they were trying to drive home the emotion, the photorealistic animation, even though it looks amazing, I do feel like that the photoreal animation does have a detriment to bringing home the animation. When they're trying to do an emotional scene and you don't see animals doing the emotions that us humans can do, like how they did it in the 1994 animation version, it doesn't hit as hard. That's not to say that I wasn't emotional during this movie, because there were some points at which I did get emotional, but it doesn't have that same gut punch in a certain scene. And the other fault, like I mentioned before, and even though I didn't have a huge problem with it, this is definitely going to pose a huge problem with others. This movie is essentially the exact same movie as the 1994 version. The story beats are essentially the exact same thing. So if you're going to this film expecting to be surprised, don't, because what you get from this movie is essentially a amazing paint job with a new cast and maybe some new differences. Other than that, this movie is the exact same movie. And like I said, the enjoyment for some is going to vary. So the new Lion King is practically the same movie minus a few differences, but now with an amazing paint job and a different cast. Although the story, like I mentioned before, it will vary the enjoyment of others. I personally didn't mind that it was the same movie because it's a great story from a 1994 film just put into a 2019 movie. I personally really dug this film, even though it is the exact same movie, but really, all in all, I had a great time with the new Lion King, so all in all, I'm going to give Lion King a 4 out of 5. I really did have such a great time with this movie. The visual effects alone just look amazing, and if you guys can, go see this in IMAX. The IMAX experience of this movie is absolutely immaculate. Alrighty guys, so comment on, let me know below. Out of all of Disney's live action remakes, even though this is not really live action, it's a CGI remake, but still, out of all the Disney live action remakes, which one is your favorite? Personally, mine is still Jungle Book, but yours? Let me know below. If y'all want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links to museums are in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the remake of The Lion King. If so, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video goes live. If you all want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click either right there and there. And of course, until the next video, I will see you guys next time.